Hello everybody, my name is Rasim and this is my new to me C230. So here it is, 2002 C230, 4-cylinder, 200 horsepower, 200 foot-pounds of torque, and needing quite a bit of work. That rhymed for a reason, right? Here's the engine. It's a compressor, supercharged 4-cylinder, Mercedes. Looks pretty simple to work on. Looks like some oil there. That's the filter, maybe overspill. I believe that's the filter there. And then, so the body needs quite a bit of work. These gaskets here need replacing. There's rust. The plastic bumper is fine. Has awesome tires if they're not dry rotted on the inside. That's like brand new tires. The wheels can be refinished. Probably needs new brakes. Doesn't seem to be any locking nuts with special tools, because usually those get lost. Rust there. Obviously body will need quite a bit of work. As long as it's good mechanically, I don't care about the body. Rust there. Rust there. That wheel. It has the new tires all around. The trunk area is good. It won't open because the battery's dead. We're gonna have to jump it. Rust there. No cracks in windows. Has a sunroof. Let's jump in the interior. Interior, surprisingly, is in really good condition. Start from the door. Steering wheel has 114,000 miles. Once we start it up, you'll see that. My goal today is try to air up the tires and then move the car over there and let it run. So let me turn the camera around. So as far as what I know about the car, what it's needing, like a must-have before it'll even run, radiator is cracked. Bought that for 80 bucks. Thermostat probably needs that one new. Bought that for like 30-40 bucks. And then if tires air up, they'll be fine. I know it has problems with electronics because the battery keeps dying, the guy told me. However, this car was not driven in about 5 years, 6 years. It was moved here in about a year ago, but other than that, it's been sitting. So what I'm going to try to do next is jump this battery, try to get it started, move it over there, and air up the tires. So let's get to that. So this is what I got. Cheap jump starter from Walmart. The reason I got this one is because it has a compressor on it. And I don't know if you can see, but the rear tire is pretty flat. So I'm going to jump this up, see if it'll start. I might have to hook up my car to it as well. My car by itself will not jump it, so we'll see. So the voltage on this is dropping. I don't know how much it needs to jump. It's showing, this looks like a check engine light. I have no idea, but I just plugged it up. Hopefully, oh no, let's try to crank it. Let's see if there's any response. Yeah, that probably won't be enough. We'll probably have to hook up my car. I'll let it sit a little bit, but then I'll give it a shot. Yeah, this thing is beyond weak. He could not start this battery. I'm gonna just have to probably get 2 cars. But hey, it's airing up the tire. All right, so I hooked up that and my car. Let's give it another shot. Let's close this door. Let's see. Come on, buddy. All right, we got it running. I think it has gas. It's working. Seems to be working all right. No shaking. Sounds good. Hopefully that didn't break anything. The dash is kind of trippy. Oh yeah, it's having all types of electrical issues on here. Gas says low, but I think it has gas. Markers. Probably needs a computer reset. Feel like kicking. We'll see if I can take these off these blocks and move it over there. Alright, so earlier had to hook up 2 cars, but I'm hoping that this car can jump it in enough. If not, I'll have to hook up the thing again. Here's the weird part. So the engine runs, obviously needs new radiator, add some coolant so it doesn't overheat. However, here's the weird thing. There's something wrong with the computer as well. So it works. The lights look fine. So the lights are on. Put it to 0. 114,000 miles. When I turn it on, these lights will flicker. So they'll be just like blinking, and everything on the car is just kind of looking weird. So I think that's a big problem. There's something with the computer. Maybe the battery's too weak. We'll get it sorted out. Let's try to start it here. Yeah, that won't start. I'm gonna have to hook that thing up again and then try to start it. So I think we definitely have a problem with power. Well, it's gonna start heating up soon, because as long as it is plugged into power, it's not running off the battery by itself, it seems to be fine. Everything in here, these are just lights. That's working. However it is, you shut that off. They're blinking. It's probably a battery problem. Here's the radio, doesn't turn on. Let's see if any of those lights are even working. That one's working. The one on the headlight, the front ones are working. Oh, they're working. Let's turn on the headlights, see if they're working. Well, they are on. Yeah, I mean, it's working. It's definitely a power issue. Something wrong with that battery, or from the battery to the car. Let's give you a little exhaust note. Mic check, mic check. Hey everybody, I moved the car over here. So I kind of showed you some videos, some footage of the car. You kind of get an idea of what I purchased there. So in conclusion, the rust is bad. On the door, I try to scrape off some of the rust and it like pierced through the door. So I think I probably will have to get a new door, like a junkyard or something, or I have to figure out a way to patch that from the inside and then Bondo it from the outside, and do that as far as that goes, that is. Second thing, there's an issue, electrical issue. What I noticed is from the battery, I don't know if it's something like the alternator. So the guy that I bought the car from, he replaced the alternator on it. He said there was an issue where the battery was being drained whenever the car is even parked. But I noticed that once the car was off the battery jumper cables and the starter, it was running really weird. Like the power was just not there. The power was cutting out. So like you can see on the dash lights, everything was kind of blinking and flickering. So what I'm thinking is that the alternator is having some type of issue recharging that battery to keep running. At least that's my understanding. I'm not really a mechanic guy, but I'm trying to learn as much as I can. So if you know something more than I do, hey, put it in the comments. I'm gonna try to do more research. But basically, I think there's an issue with the power where the car is not being able to recharge that battery. Maybe the wires are bad, or the alternator is still bad, something along those lines. But basically, whenever I kept the car what's called connected over the cables to the other car, so it was basically the battery was being recharged by the other car, the car was running fine. The lights were even working, the dash was fine, power, seats, windows, everything was fine. But when it's not plugged in, there's issues. So yeah, that's as far as that goes. I'll try to find out more information. I mean, the car was 500 bucks. Bought a radiator and thermostat, like 100 bucks. So we're 600 bucks deep so far into this car. I think the tires are gonna be okay. Everything else other than that seems to be kind of a cosmetic issue. I mean, it'll need new brakes. It'll need a brake bleed just because it was sitting so long, and there's probably water in the brake fluid, because to my understanding, brake fluid can collect water in it. Need to do an oil change, probably do a transmission flush. Quite a few things there, but everything else, cosmetically speaking, I'm not gonna worry about until I have the car running. So I mean, it might take some time to have this thing fully operational and on the road, but who knows what's gonna happen. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned for more content. Catch you guys later. All right, let's jump right into the point. 2002 C230. Just the radiator. Picked this guy up for 80 bucks online. Time to replace it. Think gotta remove this bracket, unplug everything, and then I think after that, once we remove these fittings, should be pretty simple. Remove the fan. Yep, let's get to that. Alright, so sometime later, half an hour later, we're removing 2 bolts. What are we doing here? We replaced the grill that's right there, and now we're trying to get these 2 bolts that are mounted onto this, I guess would be frame. This grill was painted in the rear to take off, but basically the grill, you have 2 clips hold it in here and here, and there's 2 clips here, and then in here there's a little clip that if you're pulling on the grill up, there's too much pressure to take it out, so you got to push it down and try to pull the thing out. But just due to the car sitting so long, the grill was hard to take out, or this clip. So what we did up here, there's bolts kind of all over the place. So as you can see, this thing is basically wobbly, ready to come out. This is holding it to the main, I guess would be beam here. I don't know what you call those exactly. And then there's the latches for the hood here, which I think we can just unhook and remove. And this will come up. And then the intake plastics can come off. And then basically, to my understanding, there's a fan that's clipped to the radiator. But there's not many bolts holding the radiator, and it just kind of sits in, it's clips. Put the hoses on, and then I mean, we can look at the car. As the hoses are off, I mean, you can just take that radiator out and replace it. But yeah, we're gonna try to pull this out and then get back to it. Right. So look at this bolt. Look where it's like hidden. So this bolt holds the hose from being able to be pulled out. This here in the front is the fan, and then one of these is the radiator. I know this is, I think, for AC, and then it gets pulled out of here. And there's just a sensor for the radiator to unplug, and you gotta unplug the hoses. And then the radiator, I don't think anything even is holding it in. We can just pull it out. So we'll see how that works out.